When someone passes, where do they go? Gone forever, or can they show? What if you could find someone between to bridge the gap of those unseen?
How are you connected?
It's my daughter.
Is your mother passed away? Okay, she's here. All right. I'm sorry. Aw.
And you had a son? Is that the one that's the cross? Because I hear, tell mom and dad I got a haircut.
Mom, dry your tears. It's Rye. Ryan Rye. I don't know if he wants
Ryan.
to. Okay. He wants to lean down and give you all a kiss.
That's Ryan.
And he says, thanks for the balloons. I have no idea what that means.
God.
If I can help one person out there know that they're loved, to feel comfort, that there's hope, that we will reunite with those that we have loved but never lost, my work's complete then.
All right, the one and only Michele Livingston. What? Oh my! Sorry for everybody out there. We wanted to make sure that everybody knows that we started late. We had some technical difficulties, but Michele has some great wisdom for you tonight.
Yes. Hello. I hope you're watching on my fan page, everybody. I hope you waited it out.
I know.
Because I want to announce a book winner, and Amy called in from Oregon last week, and she really liked the show on clearing out negativity. So she went out and bought salt lamps for every room of her house, which I thought was cute. She wrote to me after the show. And we have a book winner. Well, first of all, there were a lot of people that shared the show last week, Tony. And so I'm going to do shout outs. So Vicki and Jennifer and Susan and another Jennifer and Kim. But I pulled names. And what I came up with is someone from Brooklyn, New York. And her name's Susan. And let me try to get this right. Cusinelli, or Cusinello, like Jello. So if you're watching, Susan, you won a book, sweetheart. So congratulations. So last week, a lot of good response from clearing out negativity from an environment. So I thought this week I would do an addendum almost to that, but do a little spin on it and do how to attract prosperity and abundance, because I think we all need that in our lives, right, Tony?
Oh my gosh, yes, please.
So the state of being prosperous means being, of course we know, secure and comfortable and stable. So we all want to feel that way. And people at seminars ask me how, because of all the negativity that surrounds me, how can I be upbeat and how can I attract certain things into my life? So my book, Messages from Beyond, and the one up there now is fine. It's Living in the Afterlife. That's my latest book. But Messages from Beyond, I'm going to take some affirmations from. Am I like Alice in Wonderland? Am I getting larger and smaller?
I know, right? I have to fix that, make sure it's not like a big difference there. So
I might be going down a rabbit hole soon, Tony. So,
right.
So anyhow, start with the attitude of gratitude. Honestly, the more you count your blessings, the more comes to you, because thought plus energy equals form. So what we send out to the universe comes back to us, and we already know that. And it's also called the law of attraction. So for new people that are just watching, for my newbies or virgins that are just watching, thank you. But where you are right now in your life, whether it's financially, emotionally, mentally, has come to you from thinking, from thought forms, which literally go out, as I said, like a boomerang and come back to you. So changing your mindset really changes your life. And the attitude of gratitude is counting blessings for what you have right now. People sometimes are planning in the future and they're thinking of the future, but stop a moment and think, what am I grateful for right now? So am I grateful for my family, my home, my friends, whatever? And you can make a list of attracting good things into your life. And that's in this book, which actually Susan from Brooklyn, New York just won. Thank you for putting it up there. It's my Spirituality 101 book. But anyhow, mindset can be love, or fear. There's two polarities in this world. A lot of people think it's good and bad or good and evil. It's basically love and it's fear. So when we think or make decisions, make sure you're making love-based decisions, not fear-based decisions. So to develop a mindset that keeps you on the right track, abundance and wealth mindset would be out of love. That would be a love-based way of thinking. That produces possibilities in your life, it produces prosperity, and it produces creativity. So the other side of the coin is the fear-based. The fear-based will bring the low self-esteem, the so-called issue of poverty to you, and also limitations. So when you're thinking in the fear-based mode, you're limiting yourself to the possibilities of this universe. So it's not even a matter of thinking positively, it's a matter of changing the way you're thinking. So you take a sheet of paper, and boy, do I have a notebook here, if everyone can see it. And anything you put in the now context will expedite things coming to you. So what you do is you write down, and hopefully this will be replayed tonight so that if you miss a lot of these affirmations and things, that you can hopefully get them down so that they'll change your life. But you write down, I am now very happy and grateful for, and write down the things that you have now in your life. So again, I am now very happy and grateful for my friends, my health, my home, my family. So write it down, what you have now. And then what you want, you also put it in the now context. And I've been doing this for years, and it is totally, absolutely miraculous. So you write down, for example, if Susie Q called in last week, I forget where she called from. I think it was California. And she wanted a companion, and she wanted the job. So if you are watching, Susie Q, what you put is, I am now very happy for my new companion. I am now very happy and grateful for my new job, for my new whatever, new home. I'm now very happy and grateful for being debt-free. So what happens, you're in the moment, and the universe works in the moment. You're sending it out, it's coming back to you. So it is powerful. If you want to get a little recorder and record that and then listen to it, that's what I've done over these many years, is record the whole list and then play it back, either before you go to sleep at night or in the morning when you get up. And what happens is it goes into your psyche, and it goes out and comes back to you. So it's really, really, really powerful. In the book, Messages from Beyond, there's a chapter on magnetizing abundance, and positive affirmations work. An affirmation is basically an intention that we use. And so intentions are important, and one of them is really powerful. So I hope you can either write this down, or when it's replayed, do it, because it works. You say, this week, I am experiencing a miracle regarding money. So this week puts a time parameter on it. I am is a very direct statement. Experiencing a miracle, which means it could come from anywhere, regarding money. And it can come in the form of opportunities, job raises, finding money, winning money, all kinds of ways that abundance can come. And it's just not money. So we know that the more we have, the more we can share, and the more that we can bless other people. And this is really important. Say it on a Monday. This week, I am experiencing a miracle regarding money. And when you receive any kind of miracle money, all you say is, thanks, I deserve it. Because you're saying to the universe that you're worthy of. It has to do with your self-esteem. So when the universe gets a hold of that thought that you're worthy, it will open up the doors and send you out lots of blessings. So it's very, very, very powerful. I have a client who, I'm not going to name her, but she had low self-esteem, and she really didn't believe in positive affirmations. But when her dog was really ill and she didn't have the money for the vet, she literally got down on her knees and she said the miracle money affirmation that I just gave. And one of her friends paid her vet bill, which was great. But the next week, and I kid you not, I have the newspaper article. Her mother was in the market and bought a $5 scratch-off ticket and literally won $1 million in the Pennsylvania lottery. So, wow, that was a big one. And she wrote to me, and I jokingly said, "You have a finder's fee," because I figured that would get her laughing, and it did. But her mother gifted her with a new home. She paid off all her bills. So it does work. And it's the way that you say the affirmation. And again, what it is, it's the intention behind the affirmation. The other really, really good one is, as you're going along during your day, you think to yourself, money comes easily and frequently. Money comes easily and frequently. And you visualize $100 bills kind of raining down on you. And that will change your life, because anything that you visualize really comes to pass. And people have had lots of miraculous money situations coming to them, or any kind of form of abundance. So that's great when you do that, when money comes easily and frequently. Love that. I'm on a morning drive time show called The People's Morning Show. And every time I'm on, there are questions about, what's that miracle money saying again? And how do I attract abundance into my life? So it's important that what we receive, we are able to share with others. It's not about hoarding. There's an old saying, the root of all evil is money. What it truly says is the love of money is the root of all evil. And basically what that means is the love of money, of being greedy with money, being selfish with money, hoarding your money, that kind of thing. And that's what that meant, in a sense, the love of. So putting money before everybody else or anyone else or anything else really would be an obsession with money. And that's not what it's about. It's about prosperity. It's actually about sharing too. So we know what goes around comes around, and what we give out, we receive. So remain humble. When you receive any kind of a miracle money, and you say, thanks, I deserve it. And the more we have, the more we can share with other people. I've learned that. So there's also things that we can do over and above giving back. We can volunteer, we can donate to different organizations. So it's really an abundance mindset. That's what it's called. And it has to do with generosity. It has to do with sharing. What we have, we share. So it could be as simple as giving out praise to somebody, or giving out recognition to others, or just kind of a pat in the back, or giving them certain ideas for projects. And it all kind of goes together. So also to donate to a charitable cause is important. Now mine's Children's Miracle Network, something that would move your heart. It's important to give back. So on the morning drive time show that I've been on for the last 10 years, they have a pay for play, and it's to raise money for Children's Miracle Network, which is Hershey Hospital here, Hershey, Pennsylvania, and has helped thousands upon thousands of children. So every year in November, actually next month, they do a pay for play, and it's 28 hours, and I do 30 readings in that 28 hours for the children, and raise about $6,000 each year. So all the proceeds go to the children. But I think it's important to do that. I think it's important to share, to give, to donate. And that's also what it's about. So there are different ways to share. A lot of people ask me, well, how do I find the right job? And this is all under abundance. And the other thing you can do from my book is you take a sheet of paper. These are homework assignments, but if you do them, believe it or not, they work. You fold the paper in half, and on the one side, you write down 3 things that you love to do. It could be gardening. It could be animals, it could be traveling, anything. And on the other side, write down 3 things that you feel you're adept at or that you're good at. So that could be organizational skills. It could be punctuality, whatever. You look at both sides of the paper, and there are millions and millions of jobs in this world to do what we love to do. And so if you don't love your job and you're watching this, please write these things down because they work. And it's amazing. So people write to me all the time and say, I have a new job, I got a raise. The world is full of abundance. And it's really for us to not only have and prosper and be happy in this mindset. It's a matter of feeling uplifted. It's a matter of being buoyant. If somebody gave you this, I don't know if you can see it. Okay. It's my little note. It's my little check. And it says $1 million on it. So what I do is I carry it in my wallet, seriously. And I look at it and I visualize it becoming into reality. I visualize it being real, basically. And you know how when children play, children are just themselves and they really believe that things are happening. Well, children are very creative. And sometimes as an adult, we tend to squelch the inner child. So if you can get back to that mode of really believing in things and wanting to prosper, having the intention and the mindset to do it, you'll absolutely get to where you need to be. So all those things work. They do work. They do work. Let me get my little drink of water. Hold on. And the other thing is finding money. Tony, have you ever found any money? Are you with me, honey? Or did you walk away? I guess Tony's gone. He flew out of here. But if you find money, again, whether it's coins, and coins are the most common, prominent things that you could find, whether they're pennies from heaven. If you find a penny, it means somebody up there in heaven, means you're number one to them. If you find a dime in numerology, it goes back to number 1. So finding pennies and dimes anywhere in obscure places are the most common coins that you can find. So remember that. Keep them and thank the universe as well. Not just your loved ones in heaven, but just look up and say, gee, thanks, I deserve it. My husband was coming out of a store, I don't know, a few months ago, and looked down and there was a $50 bill. And there was nobody on the street. I think it was the ophthalmologist's office, the eye doctor. And he picked it up and he looked up and he said, gee, thanks. So somebody sent it down for him. And again, the attitude of gratitude is really, really important here. The attitude of gratitude. So are you there, Tony, or did I lose you? Well, I guess I'm on my own tonight. I'm in my own saddle tonight. Okay, so there are physical ways to also bring prosperity into our lives. So over and above affirmations, the physical ways would be actually to declutter your wallet or your purse. And you might say, well, what does that do? Well, if you watched or listened last week, decluttering your home opens up energy and lets energy flow through different rooms, and it wards off negativity. So it's the same principle with money. Some people have negative connotations about it, and they live in a mindset of fear. So open up your heart with a mindset of love, and everything will open up for you. And decluttering is really important because in wallets, or I know in my purse, it's like the kitchen sink. There's a million things in there, and it needs to be cleared out. It needs to be cleansed. So throw out old receipts from your wallet, cut out old credit cards and get rid of them, and clean out the clutter, which opens up room for, guess what? Abundance and money to come to you. So that's an excellent physical way, actually, to bring abundance into your space. The other thing is random acts of kindness. So we're getting back to loving others, we're getting back to sharing, and we're getting back to giving out. So therefore, you've heard about paying it forward. I love when it happens to us, and so I do it a lot. I think it's a beautiful thing because people then really start to believe in themselves. They start to believe in a higher power. They start to believe in angels or guides, or they become happy because somebody actually did something for them that they didn't have to return in kind. So random acts of kindness are really important to do, and they're fun to do. If you're at the supermarket and somebody's behind you, pay their bill if you can, and you should be able to, because with all the positive affirmations tonight, they really will help you. Paying it forward is what I love to do. Write yourself a check for a very large amount and carry it around in your wallet. This works too, whether it's $1,000, whether it's $1 million, write the check, put it in your wallet, carry it around. So the energy of that intention goes in your wallet, and you'll just be amazed how you'll get rebate checks, tax returns will come out in your favor, all kinds of things happen because we're all here to have abundant life, that's for sure. And Tony, are you still with me? Am I cut off from you, honey? Well, I'm going to tell you this. Are you there?
Hi, this is Jarvis. I'm kind of sitting in for Tony. We have some little difficulties here, so I'm sitting in right quick.
Well, am I being heard and seen?
Yes, everything is fine.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to know about, I wanted to ask him, or maybe you, Jarvis, too, if you've heard about the Jim Carrey story, you know, the comedian?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So he was booed out of a lot of LA comedy clubs in the very beginning of his career. And he went up to the Hollywood Hills, Mulholland Drive, and then he went up to Hollywood Hills where that Hollywood sign is. It's impossible to get to. And I was going to joke with Tony because I think Tony tried to climb the mountain, or tried to climb the peak up to the Hollywood sign and couldn't do it. So I guess you have to go the back way. But anyhow, Jim Carrey sat up there. He got up there and he wrote himself a check for $10 million. It's a true story. And he put it in his wallet and he carried it wherever he went. And literally one good movie proposal came to him after another. As we know, The Mask. And that's just one of many of Jim Carrey's really popular movies. So
I do remember that. I do remember. It's Tony's back. But no, I remember when he told that story. It was such an amazing story because it is manifesting.
Yeah. Did you ever interview him? I know you've interviewed a lot of celebrities, Tony.
You know, I have not, but that's my goal because now he's kind of become very, very in tuned and intuitive, which I would love to talk to him because I think not only that he manifests, but he's also, they called him, is he insane or did he just wake up?
Well, and remember you told me you tried to climb up the Hollywood Hill mountain where the sign is? There he is.
Yeah, I tried, but I never could get up because they blocked everything off now. They try to keep you away.
Well, in the movie La La Land, they're sitting up there, so they must have gotten up with a helicopter or crane.
Of course they did.
That crazy movie. But no, it happened for him, and that's the law of attraction. So I do have to say, if it happened for him, it can happen for anybody, right?
Oh, yes, please. I'm going to write my check today.
You write your check and make it like 10 mil or, make it at least $1 million.
I know.
This one in my wallet's for 1 million. But anyhow, really miraculous things have happened. The other thing that can be done is a vision board. Mm-hmm. And a vision board was brought to us by Abraham Hicks from the Law of Attraction many, many, many years ago. And what you do is you go through magazines, and if something looks attractive to you, whether it's a new kitchen, cut out the picture. New vehicle, cut out the picture. New home, cut out the picture. put words on your vision board, positive words of affirmation. I have made it. I am happy. I am prosperous. I am now happy and grateful for everything on this board. And some vision boards are small, but some are huge. And it works. Remember, somebody was on Oprah a few years ago.
Right.
And she showed her vision board, and Oprah was on it. So
why is that so important, though? Why do you feel like we have to create something like that? Is it just a reminder, or I mean, why is it so important?
Well, it's visualization, and first of all, thought plus the energy of doing that equals the form of the vision board. Okay. So thought plus energy equals form. And then what we create, we attract. So whether it's in like was said earlier, a love-based mindset, which is prosperous and creative, or a negative, hopefully not, mindset, which would bring in low self-esteem and limitations. Right. It's a matter of awakening and knowing that you can harness the energy. And it's a matter, Tony, of harnessing the energy.
That makes sense. Okay.
That does make sense. So I've given some positive affirmations for people. The really one that works is the beginning of each week. This week I'm experiencing a miracle regarding money. And then thanks, I deserve it when you receive anything good. The second one is money comes easily and frequently. Visualize $100 bills just raining down on yourself because it's visualization. Always give back to others. That circle of generosity that you're giving out will come back. So abundance is for everybody, and it's an ever-flowing type of energy. So I gave you some really, really good affirmations and some good stories tonight. And the physical aspect of it is not just saying spiritual things, but actually doing things. And so again, if you're just viewing or listening, decluttering your wallet, get all that stuff out of there, old receipts, old credit cards. And it wouldn't hurt to declutter where you keep your money. If you keep your money in your home, if you have a safe in your office, declutter the office. And that'll help to open up prosperity and bring it in. Also, we talked about crystals last week, clearing out negativity. And so a couple people wrote to me and said they purchased black tourmaline. That is a crystal that aids in, like a sponge, absorbing negative energy and opening up the way for positivity to happen. The crystal that works for magnetizing abundance and having positive vibrations with it, see if you can see this here, right here, is citrine, golden or yellow citrine. And you can buy a chunk like this, there we go, at a bookstore, metaphysical bookstore, a crystal shop. You could probably get a smaller one, carry it with you, because crystals hold properties. We know that amethyst is very healing. And as I said last week, halite is a salt crystal, and black tourmaline, it pulls out negativity. But look what happens. Look what happens when you buff citrine. It's beautiful.
Is that mine?
So, yeah, you want it here. So no, I'm just joking. This is a citrine ring, and I wear it a lot. It's. I should go this way. It's yellow or golden citrine. So it comes from this, which is amazing. I'm getting
beautiful.
it. I'm getting it.
That's
Remember,
beautiful.
It's everything's opposite to that. And wearing this will actually seriously, there's been studies done. This one is the one that magnetizes. So you might say to me, well, why don't you wear it all the time? Are you kidding me? I love all colored stones. So anyhow, as we go on here, you can create an abundant altar. And what you do is take an end table, or take just a table in a guest bedroom or a spare room, cover it with a white cloth or sheet, and put your vision board there, which would be a great place for it. But also burning green candles works, because green's the color of money. And it's been known that burning green candles and the intention behind it, saying these affirmations, will open up the windows of heaven and pour you out many blessings, and you won't have room enough to contain it, because that's basically how it works. So you need to kind of think outside of the box is what you need to do. And what could you do on the side for extra money? Garage sales, putting things on eBay. When you declutter your home, as we talked about last week, you can earn money from all of these things. Or maybe you love pets and you can get a moonlight job, working with pets at an animal shelter. It's about loving life. It's about waking up in the morning and saying, thank you, really, for all that I have and all that I am, and getting into that attitude of gratitude. So when you start your day like that, even if you spill your coffee, or heaven forbid dent your car, you still kind of keep going with it. And you get into this mindset of abundance, of being positive. So if you've been thinking in a negative pattern for many, many, many years, think of the vortex of negativity that you're in right now. So think of well, you live in Kansas, right? You lived in Kansas, Tony, right?
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever seen a tornado?
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah.
And there's a lot of tornadoes in Kansas, right?
Oh, yeah. They call it the Tornado Valley, as they call it.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
So thinking in a negative pattern will literally, it's invisible, but it's energy. It creates a negative spiraling vortex like a tornado. You got to pick yourself up and get out of that. And think of a gray vortex. Well, don't think of it too hard, because you'll fall down into it. We want to get you up and we want to get you out of there. We want to get you into golden light. And golden light produces abundance, along with all the things that have been said. So it's a matter of healing the heart. It's a matter of being humble with all of this, wanting people to have having good things as well. Right. It's not just about, as we were saying, hoarding and greed and all that kind of thing. It's about sharing. So the more we have, the more we can share. And so those are all really, really, really good tips for attraction of not just money, but opportunities and job raises and all kinds of things. And God is able to provide us with a lot. So every blessing that you want will come to you. And I hope people tonight that are listening or viewing, if you had a pen available, write these things down. And they're also in my book, Messages from Beyond. And if you're just listening or viewing, God bless Susan. Congratulations from Brooklyn, New York. You won this book, sweetheart. If you share the show on your fan page and others' fan page, let me know on mine, because I'll pick a winner. And I'm going to give away next week my latest book, which is Living in the Afterlife. So I had some really great calls last week. Is the chat room up, Tony?
Yes,
or not?
It is. Yep. People are enjoying it.
Let me ask them, do you have any questions about attracting abundance, or have you found money lately, or have you had a miracle money? I mentioned one of my clients' mother's winning $1 million in the PA Lotto.
What?
That was a big one. Yeah.
I want to know. I want to be her friend.
That's probably when you stepped out and Jarvis took over. Because I was like, Tony, did you fly to the moon? Where are you?
I know. I went after that money. That's what I heard, the money, and I went after it. So.
Yeah. So no, but if you have questions tonight about how to attract abundance, or anything that has to do with even the heavenly realms, because invariably I'll always have a theme. Like last week, it was clearing out negativity, and yet people will ask questions about something else. And that's fine. Many times, as I said, our loved ones from heaven throw down pennies and coins and other things for us. So it's really beautiful. So that's my little spiel on how to attract what's for our highest good. And I hope you out there have heard it, and I hope you out there do it and write to me and let me know what's happened.
Well, Michele, does it matter what the amount is? If it's coin, if it's a dollar bill, if it's $100 bill, does it matter what the actual amount is of the money?
It doesn't really. It's just the idea that you're finding it. It's the idea that your intention and your mindset of love and the intention behind that is coming back to you. So a penny, as I just said a while ago, means you're number one to whoever is throwing it down from heaven. You've heard about pennies from heaven.
Oh yeah, I love that song too.
And also a dime in numerology goes back to number one. And so whether you find a penny, a dime, $100 bill, just look up and say, thanks, I deserve it. Because what you're saying to the universe again is that you're worthy.
That's pretty powerful.
And that's how it works, Tony. So yeah. So we went over a lot of things tonight. Attitude of gratitude, good mindset. And actually, did you hear me say money comes easily and frequently? Because that's a good one.
I did hear that, and but for the people, I didn't hear everything, so because I did have to step away for a second, I apologize to you. But could you just tell me that again? Because I'm very, very curious, because not just prosperity of finances, but I think that also spills over into other aspects of your life.
It does. It's amazing. So throughout the day, while you're eating your salad that you don't like, just say to yourself, money comes easily and frequently. Money comes easily and frequently.
Now,
and you visualize $100 bills raining down on yourself.
I was going to ask that.
Yeah, that's where the prosperity comes in, Tony. It's unbelievable how this works. And so the thing is, again, about giving back. See, it's not just about hoarding it all. It's about giving back. So have you found any sums of money? Have you found anything?
I find coins all the time. I've had one time I went to Palm Springs. On my way back from Palm Springs, I stopped at one of the casinos, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go in and do a little gambling, which I don't do often. I'm not a big gambler. But I walked in. It wasn't that busy. I walked up to one machine. It was just crazy how many, it wasn't that busy, but I walked up to this one machine, and I looked up and I said, what is that? It was a $100 bill hanging out of the machine.
Wow.
And I looked around thinking, nobody was around. And I just said, thank you. And I left. And I left because, yeah, it was like it was meant for me. So I was like, yeah.
That's what you say. Thanks, I deserve it.
Yes.
That's what you say, because you're telling the universe you're worthy.
Yeah.
And I remember, I don't gamble, but I hit a slot machine for $100. It was $100 of quarters.
Oh, nice.
Can you imagine how many quarters came out of that machine? I was screaming my head off, and everybody ran over, and it was just the whole machine opened up. So that's funny. But yeah, it's a matter of being open and aware moment by moment.
Yeah.
Throughout the day, whether you find money, whether you win it, whether somebody gifts you something.
Well, I think, also when I was a kid, I used to find a lot of money. And I think it's funny because they say when you walk up with your head up, held up high, and da-da. But I said, a lot of times when I was so shy, I used to walk with my head down a lot.
Wow.
But because I was really shy, and I actually used to find so many things that most people would not even pay attention to because I was looking down. So there you go.
Well, how did you get your head up? That's what I want to know.
Well, I finally found my confidence, but yeah. But I still look around. I'm very observant when it comes to my surroundings, and I definitely, that's why I think I find coins all the time. Sometimes even when I see a coin on the ground, I mostly pick it up. Sometimes I think, you know what, somebody else needs that as much as I do.
That's right.
And so I leave it for somebody else.
or paying it forward,
Yes.
is what I say.
Yes.
So yeah, and so these affirmations absolutely work, and again, there's a whole chapter on magnetizing abundance in my book,
Beautiful.
and yeah. So we went over a lot. So get your citrine and your crystals, or get a citrine ring, golden or yellow citrine. Give to a good cause. And I had mentioned mine, this Children's Miracle Network, and that's coming up in November. Maybe I can get my friend on as a guest. The station has raised, I don't know how many millions of dollars for CMN, Children's Miracle Network. So
beautiful.
I gear up for 28 hours. It's a radio, it's called Pay for Play. And we all go 28 hours, and I do
Wow.
about 30 readings. And all the proceeds go to, it's about $6,000 a year that I bring in for the kids. And it's a wonderful cause. Here in Pennsylvania, we have Hershey Medical Center, Children's Hospital. And that's where all the money goes, the donations. So the point is, pick a charity that you love, whether it's whatever it is, the veterans, the Native American Indians. I was donating money from one of my books called Echoes in the Wind, and it's was about the Lakota Sioux.
Oh, wow.
And there's an Indian school in the Dakotas called Red Cloud Indian School. So for that book, I was sending donations to the children. And I think it's really important always to do that, because, again, it comes around full circle. Don't you think, Tony?
Oh my God, I totally believe that, and you know, I see a lot of people that you would never think would be somebody that gives, because they just never talk about it. And then there's, of course, there's some people that, you know, hey, I give to. I mean, it doesn't matter either way. It's just as long as you give and it helps somebody else.
It does. So you know, keep on giving.
Yes.
So we have a lot to do. We have a lot of work to do out there.
We do.
for the people that really want to change their lives, change your mindset.
Oh, I totally believe it. This was a great lesson tonight. This was a great lesson.
Yeah, we covered a lot of info here.
Well,
and then
go ahead.
I'll put it on YouTube, and then if people miss part of it, they can replay it.
Of course. And I don't, you know, we have about 8 or 9 minutes left out of our hour. But if you want to take some calls, we have some people waiting in the queue.
Sure.
I mean, so do you have a specific? Do you want them to focus majority on the prosperity side of it, or do you want them to just ask anything?
Well, if they want to ask anything about how to prosper, like I think what Susie did last week.
Right.
That would be fine. Or if they just have a question about heaven or they're departed or whatever.
Of course. Perfect.
It's fine.
All right. Are you ready to take a call then?
Sure.
All right. Well, let's try it. I think this is Jennifer, 570. So let's see if Jennifer, you there?
Hello.
Hi, Jennifer. You're with Michele Livingston.
Hi, Jen.
Hi.
Do you have a question for me, honey?
Not really off the top of my head. I was just wondering if there were any messages for me.
Okay. Who would you like to hear from?
My Uncle Butch, maybe.
Okay. Uncle Butch. Is that Dad's brother? Or mother's brother?
It would be my mom's uncle.
That would be your great uncle, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me ask you something. Is your mother's father passed, darling? Your maternal
Yes,
grandfather?
Yes.
Okay, I have him through. And sometimes when they hold up the peace flag, they're trying to bring goodwill to you. And he liked the subject. I don't know if you were listening tonight about prosperity, Jennifer.
Yes. Yep.
But he wants you to have it. So Uncle Butch would be a great uncle, which would be what? Grandfather or grandmother's brother? Because I want to bump this back a generation.
My grandfather's brother, I believe. Yes.
Right. So if your maternal grandfather's here, then he does have his brother with him. And this man's a character. He comes in like work pants. Yes. Okay? And he's picking his teeth, Jennifer. I don't know if you knew him. So he either had dentures partials or difficulty with his teeth. Did you know your grandpop and your uncle, great uncle?
Yes.
Okay. Who would have had dentures partials or picked at their teeth?
I believe my grandfather.
Yeah. Well, they're both characters, and I think they're arm in arm to stay longer. Your grandfather likes the land, he says. He likes to get out in heaven. He's created a big plot of land, some acreage to walk, okay? And he actually shows me a vehicle, and I don't know if back in family how well you know. Where are you calling from? Can I ask you, sweetheart?
Yes, Pottsville.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. That's in Pennsylvania, right?
Yep.
So you're calling from PA, okay. There was an old tractor at some point, Jennifer. So somebody had like an old plow or tractor years ago. So this could even be great-grandparents. But I'm seeing that, and I'm seeing pine trees, and I'm seeing land, some acreage. And they took great pride in it, sweetheart. Great pride. But I get a kick out of one of them picking their teeth, and I assume that's your grandpa. I like him. And then there's a John or a James somewhere, darling. So you're Jen with a J. And you can think of other J's for me, would you please?
Male or female?
It could be Joan or Jane. I just get Ja. And that says to me, John, James, Jen, you're Jen. So is there a female J as well?
Jason.
Who is it?
Jason or Josh.
Okay, are they sons of somebody or grandsons?
My brother is Jason.
Right.
My nephew is Josh.
Okay. They are acknowledging the J's, these two gentlemen. Your brother Jason, though, he's on Earth, correct?
Yes.
He needs to slow down. Your grandpa's telling me Jason needs to slow down. So he gets ahead of himself. He goes, doesn't he? And he needs to slow down in the vehicle too, Jen. He tramps the accelerator too fast. They're very proud of the other Jock, which would be Josh. And how old is Josh right now, Jennifer?
He's in school.
Mm-hmm. And so how old would he be?
He's about 27.
And he's still in school?
Yeah, he's in college.
Okay, because what he is majoring in, he's going to do another U-turn, or there's going to be another change for him, if you can believe this. And they're letting me know to tell you that, to have patience, and tell his parents to have patience. He's multi-talented, but he changes his mind a lot, Josh.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
He just came back from Germany.
Right.
He was in Germany for a year.
Yes. But he does change his mind a lot. And so what he's majoring in now in school, he might even do another U-turn and do another type of work. So just pass that along to his parents. Know that Grandpa Pickin' Teeth is here, and your great uncle, who you wanted to hear from, Butch. I get a kick out of him. And they are acknowledging Jace and Josh. So thanks for confirming that, Jennifer. Okay?
Yeah.
So have a good evening, sweetheart. God bless.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good night. Bye-bye, hon.
That sounds like some characters.
Oh my God, they were. You know,
Yeah.
one had overalls on.
Oh, I love it. That could have been my family. That might have been my mama. I'm just kidding.
Well, maybe your family's popping in here, Tony.
I know, right. Well, yeah, if it's country, it all sounds very similar. So.
Well, did anybody pick their teeth in your family?
Actually, not that I know.
They might have.
Yeah, not that I know of. Yeah, but no, that's pretty amazing that you got that. Well, we're almost out of time. Do you want to take one more call just for good luck?
Yeah. Wow. Good luck. I'll just do my positive affirmations.
Right. Well,
I'll take another one.
Oh, good.
Because we got a little late start here.
Yeah, we
tonight.
got a late start. We're good. So this is a 403 number. So let's go ahead and see where 403 is calling from. Hi, you're on the air with Michele Livingston, the People's Medium.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi there. How are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm just so surprised I got on. I'm good, thanks.
Yay! What's your name, honey?
Morgan?
Morgan. I like that name. Okay,
Yeah.
And where are you calling from, Morgan?
I'm calling from Alberta in Canada.
Good. Okay. And do you have a question about prosperity or abundance or another subject, hon?
I was just looking for some psychic guidance. I guess it could be with regards to my finances, but just to see if you see anything coming up for me in the future.
Okay, now are you referring to job? Are you referring to soul purpose? Are you referring to companion? I mean, let's narrow it down.
Okay, yes. I guess maybe companion.
Okay. So what you do for a companion, darling, is there will be one coming up. You're a little particular, Morgan, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because the more, and I hope you heard the show, our intentions lead us to the right person, the people, the opportunities. I want you to take a sheet of paper and write your name at the top and put "My heart is healed from the past, and I am now ready to attract my true soulmate, companion," and if you want to put whatever, husband. I want him to be for both our highest good. And you write down 5 or 6 qualities that you would want in somebody, Morgan. Now, you're very sensitive personality. You understand? And you've been hurt a lot in the past. Do you understand, Morgan?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
You always give more than you get, it seems. You're a giver, sweetheart. And I feel that about you. So when you do your list, you make 2 copies, Morgan. You put one seriously where you sleep. So it could be on your nightstand or in your pillowcase. And you carry one with you wherever you go in your purse. Every few days, get those lists out and say an affirmation. "My heart is healed from the past. Please send me this person for both our highest good." And I want you to know that within 2 to 3 months to 2 years, there's going to be somebody there for you, sweetheart. And
okay.
Do you believe in affirmations, Morgan? Positive?
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
You need to do that. And what my guides are telling me to tell you is somebody that appreciates you. Now, it's your list. Somebody that is communicative, because you do like to share and you do like to talk with communication skills. You would have made a good teacher, Morgan, because you're a communicator. So when somebody clams up that you're dating and doesn't respect you or talk with you, that really upsets you. Do you understand what's being said?
Yes.
Yeah. So think long and hard about your list, sweetheart. 5 to 6 qualities that you want in somebody. Make the 2 copies. Would you, if you're on my Facebook page, it's the People's Medium, write to me when you meet the person, because it's been rough going. I see that with you. But you're toughening up, sweetheart. With that said, you're being more of your own person, Morgan. You're becoming more of your own person. Yes. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, and you're learning to say no, and that's also important, my dear. So yeah, I do see somebody definitely coming in for you. And I'm glad you narrowed it down to a companion, because you like to share everything. So you definitely need one.
Okay.
So,
thank you.
Bless you, Morgan. Good
Thank you so
luck. I
much.
want to hear about the new person, the new companion. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Uh-huh. Have a good night, darling. Night.
Another good one.
You know, I told the story how I met my husband that way, didn't I, Tony?
Yes, you did, but you
I know.
might tell it again for the people that are new, because it's a really great one.
Oh, it's a wild one. It's a roller coaster. I was dating 16 years in between marriages. Oh my gosh, I was so sick of dating. And one of my spirit guides told me to make a list, and this is how thought plus energy equals form. So I made 2 copies, put one in my purse, one in my pillowcase. It was Valentine's Valentine's Day night, and I was out on a jaunt with about 300 people. And I looked across the room and saw my handsome husband, John, standing there. And I kept walking, and something stopped me physically. So I believe in a higher power. I believe in angels. I couldn't move, and the deep voice says, "That's the man you're going to marry." And I only had like a whine, it wasn't like I was out of it. And I heard the voice say it again, "Hurry up, that's the man you're going to marry." So I raced up and blurted out, "Who's your dentist? You have a great smile." And he turned, and that was it. He said, "Are you with anybody?" And he was recently divorced, and he proposed on Valentine's Day.
Aww.
So the list works. And I have to say, positive affirmations work, because what we do think, we do attract. So Morgan from Canada, if she can replay this and make those lists, I'm telling you, within a couple months, usually it takes the universe, it's like a computer. It takes the universe a while to get a hold of that intention and to bring it to the person.
I love
But
that.
she'll have a good person coming up. So I'm glad we were able to narrow that down.
I love that. And before we go, somebody in the chat room, it was something that really stood out to me. Her statement. Her name is Susan, about finding coins. But but she says sometimes I like to leave coins. Which is, I think. What do you think about leaving?
That's
coins?
fine, because you're giving back. You're paying it forward, Susan. Let me do this. Where am I?
There you go.
I'm looking at 2 or 3 screens here.
Okay.
Susan, you have a good heart, because it's not all about keeping it. As I said earlier, it's about sharing and donating and paying it forward and being kind. Kindness is invaluable. So good for you. You don't have to pick every single coin up. It'd be interesting, though, if it is a penny from heaven, to see who sent it, because the date will always mean something, and the year will always mean something to the person. So look at the year. If it's meant for you, keep it. If it's not, put it back for the next person.
That's right.
How about it, Tony?
I love it. I'm gonna start because like you said, I majority pick up coins, but I'm gonna start looking at the dates and see if it's meant for me.
Oh yeah, it will be. Some of them will be. So.
Well, I always learn something from you, Michelle. I always learn.
I had a good time tonight, and again, Susan, that won the book, which I announced, email me your address, and I'll mail you the book. I'll sign it for you. And next week, a new topic. And if any of you have any ideas that are viewing or listening, let me know if you have any ideas for topics, because the first part of this is a teaching segment, and then I take a couple calls. So I want to say God bless all of you tonight. I enjoyed being with you. Mwah. Always be kind, and have a good week. Thank you very much. See you, Tony.
Hugs and kisses. See you next time.
X's O's.
That's right. Bye-bye.
If you enjoy the Michele Livingston Show and want to see her in person, check out her next live seminar.
So here we go. If you can work with me, close your eyes. We're going to take 8 deep breaths, and we're going to start.
Have you recently lost a loved one?
Who lost a husband recently? I had to take a deep breath with him. I feel it was fairly quick.
Could you be the next one to get a reading?
I think I'm with you, sweetie. There's a name like Bree. Bree, they're showing me cheese. My daughter. That's what. That's the new one. They showed me Bree cheese and her daughter's name Bree. See how this works?
This seminar will provide an experience that will truly enhance your understanding of the other dimensions.
When we get over there, we train to help 1 or 2 people that are on the earth plane, and we train to be their guides or their helpers.
And confirm that you
There's a dad figure coming through here.
are never alone.
Did you enjoy it?